Alright, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be episode 4 of Get Pwnage Fast, presented by TLN, brought to you by this guy Pwnage. So, I'm back again here with a gameplay by Pwnage, and it's going to be a countdown. And he'd like to add that he is playing against the Warriors Break himself. Alright, so let's start this off. And immediately you see that their team tries to go for a little bit of a setup. What they should be doing right here is just making sure that they set up on power weapons. Yes, evade is pretty cool and it can keep you alive for a good amount, but if you lose control like they have right here, and you just let them get into your base and you're just stuck in your jetpack, they're going to get you 3-4 down pretty quick, as you can see there, and they're going to make a good push. Right here, Pwnage is pretty lucky enough to get a good rocket. Don't know what happens there. Kind of just looked at him for a second, but still gets the kill. A little awareness could have brought him a long way, and he had a pretty easy rocket kill off that one. Rockets can do major things. If you use the rockets right and you have good support, rockets can easily make you a flag cap.
Flag taken.
So here he kind of throws away that rocket. They get the cap, but this is just so sloppy, and it just shows a poor amount of communication on their team. Just a lack of support. They need to have things locked down. You can't just pull a flag and expect to get a cap just because you're pulling it. You have to be really set up. You have to know what you're doing, what your teammates are doing, and you have to have a good setup. You know, you want to set up on top. You want to have somebody putting just shots down everywhere, keeping them pushed back, just so you have enough time to really make sure that you don't have a failed flag attempt. Right here, you have a little bit of a fail on the jetpack. He got a little bit nervous, kind of just did whatever, and he got stuck for it. Another good spawn right here, and he just gets to his flag before they really set up with anything. But again, he's pretty unaware of what's going on in the surroundings, and he gets out DMR'd. He could have easily had that kill in five shots if he would have known what was gonna happen. His team's a little scattered right now. They need to stay on top and make sure that they get flag control or top control. Sorry. He's kind of sticking out a little bit on top for a second because he knows rockets are gonna be up soon. And he gets a pretty decent 6-7 shot right here. He's not spamming too much, and he's just waiting for rockets to come up. And he's a little bit early, but I guess he's just making sure that nobody comes up to contest him. So his teammates, you can see him pretty scattered right now. One of them's in red basement, another one's down, one's got a flag. What you really want to do is make sure that you support that flag, because red team's gonna be looking for it. And he just missed the rocket, and he paid for it. Whenever you're gonna get that power up, you want to make sure you swarm for it as a team, and you're just on top of the times. You don't want to be too early, so where you get rushed through the triple lift and you just get blown away. And as you can see, they had the right state of mind. They just didn't execute properly, and they let the red team come back and tie this up. He's just scattered, all by himself. You don't really want to run by yourself. And he pulls a flag, and it looks like he's trying to be sneaky with it for a second, but he knows somebody's behind him. Don't really see why he pulled that flag. The whole team was alive, and he had no support, so that's pretty much a major fail attempt right there. And it's one thing to pull a flag, throw it top mid, or bottom mid, and just to put a little bit of pressure on, see if you can bait the flag. But to just throw it out with no support and just expect to run it, you can't expect much from that. And right here, and he just rushes out again. He's not aware that he's got a red team member supporting his team from their catwalk, so he just gets outshot. Again, this is poor lack of map setup, and they're just getting too hesitant. They're rushing out, making bad decisions. His shot necessarily isn't too bad. He's not spamming it too much, so his shot's decent. Right here he gets faded a little bit, but he tries to stay alive. But as you can see, you know, he pushed it a little bit too hard for it.
Flag recovered. Flag stolen. Flag.
So again, he's just pushing on the flag a little much. You know, they need to surround this flag, but which they pretty much are right here. So they have a decent little setup, but they're just getting overwhelmed, overslayed right now.
Flag taken.
Alright, so he has a few men down, and what he really wants to do is just stay alive right here. Make sure that his team spawns with him, so he's not completely alone. He wants to spawn his teammates somewhere near him, so that they can make a little bit of a counter push. And now you see him pushing for this kill. You know, he's rushing way too much. He's just relaxed, take a couple shots. You know, just a couple shots won't kill him, but it'll do enough to back them out. And at a time like that, you really want to make sure you got rocks. Right here, they just got overwhelmed. Red team pretty much had their times down, and they had their setup. They were prepared for it. So there's not so much you can do about it, other than try again next time. And right here, he's just sticking around a little too long. So, you know, you could have just naded and you know, gone around him just to finish that off a little bit. But you can see the red team's really executing the proper flag run. You have somebody behind him, you know, just helping behind, someone in front clearing out, you know, the areas in front of him. You got the flag guy, and you have somebody playing support. But that was just unlucky. That red team had control of 2 snipers. I guess they held it that long. And you can see his teammate just hopping around, trying to play incognito. But he gets put down by the red team as they're pulling their flag the same direction. Again, you don't want to run by yourself. You always want to have team support. Even if they have your flag, just pull it, throw it in their basement, throw it somewhere where it's going to take them a little bit longer. But here's a sweet stick, so you got to give them this one. But again, they're just out set up right now. You know, they're getting outsmarted. And you can see another flag pull on his team. He gets a good spawn and a good little kill right there.
Flag dropped. Flag stolen.
It looks like he's trying to get his flag back. Gets a little bit of a host stick. Pretty fortunate for them. And they just need to get this return and cap it. They need to make sure that their teammates are alive. And here you go, you saw them get the return. And there's going to be a pretty easy flag cap right here to tie it up to 2. And you can see the red team's a little late to retaliate. But you just want to stay alive. You don't want to let them set up on the counter cap. You need to stay alive at this freaking point of the game. What he could have done, even though he got the kill, something that I like to do, especially if I'm in that situation on the health pack, is to actually pick up the med pack. Right here, he rushes out trying to save his flag too much, and he ends up killing himself and damaging his teammate. And they could have easily gotten this cap if they were set up just a little bit better, and he didn't kill himself. And that would have been an extremely easy cap. So he sees him going up their bubble, and he gets sniped. You know, again, he's unaware of what's going on in his surroundings. He doesn't know where the power weapons are. You know, you want to make sure you know where that snipe is at all times. He gets another amazing spawn. And it's surprising with this sort of team that they're matched up against that they wouldn't have rockets at this point. Hopefully he can turn this around and not miss more shots like that on the rockets. Those things are valuable. Luckily he gets his kill, but he gets knocked out, and he hands him the rockets, but his teammates coming to take it back. And the red team is just contesting those rockets. They got 3 down. This is the time that they need to pull the flag. You know, you need to stay on top of their spawns, stay on top of what the other team's doing. Make sure you have a strong, aggressive, smart push. Yeah, it's something I can't stress enough. Play smart. Keep your sets set up. You know your surroundings. Know your spawn times. You have to know these spawn times. You know, they can make or break a setup. Looks like you just see a red team member that he just passed and just flew right by. You know, the flag's not too far in where they're gonna just absolutely need to push.
5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and he misses the fumble, and he just throws the flag right to the red team. You know, he had a team member right behind him with proper call-outs. He would have known, and he would have been prepared. It was just a little bit of a beatdown. That flag does 50% damage, and that could have been another easy flag cap, and they could have been up 4-3 instead of down 1. And you can see his teammate again pulling the flag, keeping that little bit of pressure on.
Flag taken.
And again, they're just not set up. They don't really know what's going on, and they just get this next flag return. This could have been it. If they would have had their setup right, this could have been game over already. They would have won this, but they're just little things in their setup that are just messed up. A great setup I like to use is have one guy just running around the map, playing support, just keeping people down, putting shots here and there, and that can be your flag escort. You have somebody running flag, and you have somebody behind flag, just maybe in their base, watching their spawns. You really got to learn the spawn system. Just watch your spawns, keep a couple shots down, nade them a little bit, just enough pressure to keep them back to where they're not getting anywhere near your flag runner. And then you can have one guy on top, catwalks, putting shots on everybody, overseeing this. You just have a bunch of runners just moving in sync. Seeing them just aggressively, dedicated to these flag runs. Yes, they are getting these flag steals, and they are getting pretty close to their base, but a lot of them are fails. It's sad to say that they just need to play smarter.
Flag drop. Flag taken.
They were just set up so perfect right now, and they just kind of got swept. They got outslayed.
Flag stolen.
Another thing I like to stress out is that you can have somebody in radio. If you're gonna push rockets, have somebody in your radio. Ooh, he gets a nice little grenade to stop the flag, but he goes down. But back to the radio. You can always have somebody in radio. If you're gonna run it rocket side, if that's gonna be your place of choice, you can run it back and get on top of your vent and just push shots down. When you look right here, look at the stats. You see Toe Drag going -9, a little bit going out Slade, but overall, his shot was okay, but as a team, his setup was way off, and they just need to slow down and take a little bit more time to see what they're gonna do, to really outsmart the other players. Some things I really like to stress is be on top of your spawn times. Your weapon spawns are major. They're crucial in these sorts of games, and they can make or break a team game. Rockets are amazing escorts, and if you know somebody's in your flag, contesting your flag, just blow them away with rockets. If you have a sniper, you can have a sniper up on catwalk, picking faces all day. Just stay on top of these spawns. Even evade. It comes up every 35 seconds. Once the user dies, those are amazing. If you have a flag and you're using evade, you can just tuck and roll, dive out of harm's way, and stay alive. Have your team bait that flag a little bit while you run away. Keep a couple shots on the opposite team. Put a couple guys down. Go for the flag attempt. And a big thing that I see is that people just spam the flag. They just rush the flag, rush it. Yes, it is a capture the flag game, but you also want these successful, strong, smart, aggressive flag moves. You want to have a few guys down, already have somebody in their base, and just start moving it. Right when you see that third guy down, fourth guy down, start moving it.